Hey.
With no alpha. No.
Yeah, we're alpha-less tonight.
No alpha or omega.
He's a bit sick. It's not COVID. The man was tested,
Huzzah.
but he's taken a massive dose of NyQuil, probably several bottles, and has just passed out at home. So he's not going to be joining us tonight, unfortunately. But we do have the three other members of our band here, and yours truly. And yeah, we're back for episode 15 tonight. 15.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. I hope everybody at home is having a good day. It's been
how are you guys?
Yeah, it's been a day. It's been fine. Dan has a giant thorn stuck inside his arm that he had to get amputated. But he's still here. That's an example.
Yeah.
You can't see it because it's his right arm and it's like taped up.
Yeah.
Like an old veteran.
I can do a little shoulder shrug.
Like the guy from The Simpsons. What is he? The guy who owns the gun shop in The Simpsons? Is that who that character is? Anyways.
Manu, you're muted.
I haven't seen The Simpsons in probably almost 2 decades, so, it is what it is.
I said we couldn't see his hand, so that was actually the amputation led in him just attacking.
That's a good point.
That amputated him.
That's a good point. He's like Ash from Evil Dead, but instead he's just got a stick with a thorn on it instead of a whole chainsaw.
Yeah.
I mean, I had
just as dangerous. Anyways, that probably peaked the microphone. I'm sorry for everybody at home.
I'm literally turning you down right now.
I didn't think about it until after it had happened. It was too late to take it back. Fortunately, my microphone is over here, and I clapped over here, so hopefully it's not too bad. But last time, we picked up with the group having just entered the sacked and destroyed town of Lausanne, a town of about 1,000, 1,200 probably, about a day's travel to the southwest of Port Fulstone, delivering cargo for the Elcor merchant Delzino, who'd had some caravans go missing in the last couple of months. But you had arrived, found the town destroyed, and proceeded to investigate, discovering fires of some, not all, of the locals. And your investigations led you to the marshal's office, kind of at the center of town, down in the base of the quarry that the whole town is built in and around. The old abandoned quarry, or defunct. And inside you found signs of gunfights, quick exchanges. You found the dead bodies of two of the deputy marshals in different places, and one down in the basement decapitated, and one with a shotgun wound in her chest. You also uncovered a few other kind of interesting things. You found a janitorial mech in the basement named Hector, who after some experimenting and back and forth, you reprogrammed to act as Alpha reprogrammed to act as Rhea's kind of personal assistant, having been the former janitor of a place that probably does not have anybody. The people who used to use the facility are probably not alive or coming back anytime soon. At least that's the assumption that you've made.
Or at least their head is not at this location.
It's true. Their head was not in the same room as the body, as Hector so eloquently pointed out a few times. You found an explosives crate after a brief kind of encounter with a defensive machine gun turret that had been hiding in the ceiling. there was an armor locker you were unable to open, and you discovered that the reason for the attack on the town was because they had managed to capture a lieutenant captain of Malkon Grawl, the leader of a particularly violent Red Corsair band. And he had this captain of the name of Victor Sabian had been held prisoner and presumably, based on the evidence you'd found, had been set free sometime later when the Red Corsairs attacked this town and killed or rounded up the residents. So with all this information and nowhere to deliver this cargo for the merchant Delzino, you've decided to make your way back to town, back to Port Fulstone to report in and follow up on this arrangement you've made with Valrus Troll, the Mechanite of the Chapel of the Omnis, investigating a base on one of Omara's moons. And so we pick up with the rest of the group. You guys are just getting loaded into your vehicles and making your way up and out of the quarry. If there's any other last investigations you'd like to do, or anything like that, you certainly can do that.
I'm good.
Tork is just happy that his character has been restored.
That's right. Tork had been dealing with some issues with his Galaxy of Fantasy character, which is it's based on kind of what you guys had picked up. It's kind of an important pastime for him. It's a way for him to keep in touch with his many children, or at least some of them. And he'd been a little preoccupied dealing with that last time, and it wasn't meta in any way at all.
It's not for any particular reason outside of the game.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, McGowan's all for leaving right now because we know what happened here.
Sorry.
Okay.
We're getting reports that the stream is choppy. We might have to figure it out. Yeah, my kilobytes per second are pretty low.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. I just sent a video, but it's looking real rough.
If it's unwatchable, then the only thing.
It's okay. We can take some time to figure it out. I just wanted to let you guys know because it's.
No, it's good to know. Good to know so we can catch it before it gets too far into things.
Well, what do we propose? Shall I restart my internet connection? Then we'd be down for like 5 minutes.
Do you have anything running in the background that's taking up bandwidth?
No. Or... yes. Aha! You were right. Check the stream now. Is it better? Is it better? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Can people see and hear and shit? Mm, mm, mm.
I think it looks a little bit better.
Only a little bit.
I was like, we're moving and not stopping as much. We're still not transcoded, but that's okay if it's working.
All right. Well, how do we want to handle this? I don't want to jump back into the narration unless we decide.
OBS says I'm green. I'm at 2600 kbps.
I mean, I have it pulled up, and it looks like we're,
We're good?
Okay.
Well, audience, if we're too choppy and stuff, somebody just let us know, and we'll take a second to try and rectify it.
Currently killing everything on my computer.
kill it all.
I'll kill you!
Cat, I don't have a treat for you. I apologize. That's what happens when you knock them off the refrigerator and they explode everywhere. They will go away.
Okay. Shall we proceed?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, you guys, is there anything else you'd like to do before you head out of Lausanne and head back to Port Fulstone?
No, but Tork, having basically been, like, mentally absent from everything else, was
like, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Oh, your voice is now cutting out. Jesus Christ.
This is a technical difficulty stream.
I mean, every episode is like this.
No, this is especially bad.
We've had a few others like this.
No! Is it fine now?
I can hear your voice, but there's no voice mod
There's
on.
no voice.
Okay, so it was the voice mod that did it.
That's super cool.
The voice mod is broken? Is it?
Yeah.
It's broken. Like, you're really choppy.
Yeah,
and you're very quiet.
Yeah, it's not great.
You,
Thanks.
That sounded better.
You only said 2 words, so,
well, is it working better now?
Sounds better.
I need my Torque voice.
Yeah, no, it sounds much better now.
I got a clean startup. Okay, so.
Having basically been mentally absent for, like, the whole last stint of this adventure, Torque just, looks up from his Omni tool and says,
Alright, what are we doing?
You cut out again! It, like, was almost good and then it was bad again. Oh my god.
Torque says, alright, what are we doing? That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
I mean, I can roll for investigation if we're trying to look around or do anything, but if we don't, if we're setting up to go back, correct?
Yeah. I think we kind of learned what we're going to learn here. Like, we know why the shipments aren't, We got ambushed by Red Corsairs on the way here, and now the whole town has been burned by Red Corsairs. So, we kind of know what happened.
Yeah. I want to find these Red Corsair. I'm in the mood for killing.
Tokyo always in the mood for killing. That's nothing new. We can't just act on impulse, though. We must go into the plan.
Find where they are and kill them. That's the plan.
Simple
Excellent.
plans are easy to stick to.
It's a simple plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we should probably head back to town and tell
Maybe
Dozy
we
know
can-
that.
take the BLINK 182 over to.
The what? The what?
Wait, did Dan get it? I think
I
Dan
got that.
Did Tom DeLonge make it to this planet? Is that what's happened? This is all that alien shit he's been talking about?
Simple plan and a Blink 182. I was just saying on
Oh my god! I get it now.
I was wondering where that came from. You said that, I was like, that's funny, but I don't know what.
brand. Simple plan.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess my brain took a whole. I was like, everybody's on board with Simple Plan, right?
That's what I
Everybody thought of
thought.
the band. Like,
No, I thought of that too, but I just don't know their music well enough to know to get any references. Like I know the name of the band, and that is it.
When we set off the bombs, watch out for the Fallout Boy. We'll have to escape on Ocean Avenue.
Ugh. Ugh.
hopefully we get hurt less than Jake. Am I right?
Oh, I liked that one. That was a good
That was
one.
good.
Otherwise, we'll have to write our streetlight manifesto. Anyway,
Don't even get me started on that.
I can't believe you took it to a ska place. That is
We went there.
unbelievable.
I mean, really,
would you say it was Scotland?
no. I wouldn't say that.
No.
Just no. I wish
No,
I
no.
wish I would have said what I was thinking because
Or is
Lynn
it a
must have said no
scandal?
at the same
Let's-
time.
Let's focus here. Let's focus here. We gotta call it a little bit early tonight, so let's try and
Get to some combat.
stay in the game. Stay in the
Sorry for
game.
laughing.
No, it's okay. We've had some technical difficulties and we're a little short on time tonight, so I want to kind of keep things moving along. All right. So yeah, you guys start heading out of the quarry, driving back up the big rock gravel ramp, retracing your steps. And I would like Tork.
Yay.
Well, whoever wants to can make a perception check just as you guys kind of get up and take in the surface again, coming out of the quarry after a few hours of digging around.
I rolled an 8, so I guess I must still be distracted by my game. I finally get to play my character again, so I'm like, oh, they messed up all my equip items.
Now you've got to reorganize everything.
I got a 17.
You got to reset all your quick slots and
Yeah.
17.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
9.
9. Okay, so Ray, I'd say you're the only person that would catch this, and you don't catch it right away. Or at least you don't see anything right away. But as you're kind of driving along, looking out of the slits in the gun canopy on the Mako, kind of swiveling the turret around to kind of look behind you and things like that, you see about no more than 2 miles coming from the other side of the gravel quarry, far side, an aircraft flying low to the ground at high speeds.
Great.
Are they coming? Never mind. I didn't see it.
And you don't know if they're following you, and at this distance you can't make out any markings or anything. And the gun doesn't have any sensors or anything like that to read, but you see this craft flying, and that brings your eyes to kind of the heat shimmer below it, where its thrusters are creating a distorted air effect. And in that shimmer, you see what looks to be two sort of Jeep type vehicles, almost Humvee like. Think a little like a sci-fi Humvee. Kind of driving either below it, in front of it, behind. You can't really make out the exact distances
Okay.
here, but there's at least 3 vehicles heading towards the town, or heading kind of in your direction, but it's hard to say if they're heading towards you guys or heading towards the quarry. But they're moving very quickly, driving not top speeds, but you can see like the jeeps kind of like bouncing on the rough ground.
They're moving.
They've got it. Yeah, they're hauling. They're hauling ass.
I mean, I obviously let the party know and ask if they can make out any of the symbolism or whatever on them, but she would shout out something like, "We're either bean-tailed or someone else is in trouble."
Let him come. And I take out my warhammer.
You're standing on top of the truck, if I recall, as the gunner.
Oh, me?
Yeah. You're on top of the cargo truck that you guys brought, and Alpha and Omega or Alpha's driving it, and Omega's in the passenger seat. Hector's in the Mako with you guys, just kind of chilling in one of the seats.
He's by me.
There's no room where you are. There's only room where you are for one person. So
I love him.
Well, there's not enough room. It's like a sidecar and a motorcycle with a giant gun mounted on it. So there's
Okay.
But he's chilling in the Mako. He's like 5 feet away, so he's not far.
Okay, instead of taking out my hammer, I just grip test the swivel action of the machine gun.
Okay. Yeah, I mean everything's it's working fine. You kind of swivel it around and kind of see where Rhea's pointing. McGowan, it's behind you.
So
you're not able to see it, but you got the call on the radio.
I say we keep going.
What the
See if
fuck
they
is
follow
on
me.
radio?
Rhea, go ahead and actually make an intelligence check for me to see if you know what kind of ship this might be.
Intelligence.
It's a pretty common ship type, so it won't be a terribly difficult one for someone
13.
like you. That'll say that's high enough. I was going to say 12. This is, and of course I've lost it,
Good.
a Mantis Gunship. I have there's an exact pattern of gunship. Let me see here. It is an A67 Mantis Gunship. It is a it's a all-purpose reconnaissance, scouting, light air support vehicle. It can be flown in space or in atmosphere. It's not as specialized as like a fighter craft would be for like space combat. It fills almost more of the role of like a Black Hawk helicopter,
Yeah.
where it's a fast kind of a strike craft, like scouting and strike craft. It doesn't have like massive guns on it, but it's quick and it does have a pretty good payload of firepower typically.
Can I do an insight check?
Insight for what are you trying to do?
I just want to tell, because I guess, are these people just rushing to the town, or is this Red Corsair? Can I do...
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I would say this would be
Like wisdom or
this would be an intelligence check, I think, because this is kind of strategy and planning. Or kind of knowing how potential aggressors show their intention. Tracking, kind of being able to sort of see based on the movement of the vehicles where they might be heading to. So I would say, intelligence. You're sort of having to gauge things and do kind of imprecise calculations and stuff.
I got a 5. Just tell me when
5?
Just somebody else tell me when to shoot.
Yeah, you can't.
5?
You can't tell. You can't tell. They're a little too far away, and the heat shimmer of the the gunship is making it too difficult to actually kind of track exactly what the Humvees are doing below that.
Since my account
I mean-
was offline for a few days, I'm getting like a whole bunch of like loot crates incoming and shit.
Notifications.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't know if they are the Corsair. Nobody's figured that out. Which means we can kind of assume that they're probably not great people, but we also can't guarantee that because maybe they're rushing to warn or help or whatever. I don't just want to like take a shot and screw something up.
No, yeah, we can wait until they're closer.
We can also drive away a little bit to see if they follow us or if they're trying to get into, you know.
True, just kind of take a little detour to see if they like away from town.
Yeah, and just to see if they're following us, they're here for us, or if they're here for the town. You know, we don't have to go that far. We just, you know, drive a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you drive for a little bit longer, keeping an eye on things, Ray.
Always.
Tork, now that they've been pointed out to you, you're able to keep an eye on them as well. And you do, Ray, you because of that roll you got, you do notice after a couple of minutes, well, not even a couple of minutes, probably a minute, that they do seem to be veering towards the town a little bit.
And how far are we in respects, like, in this triangle of madness? Where this is the town, this is them, this is us? This is us?
So the town, you are heading northeast currently. The town is to the southwest, and the trucks, the trucks and the craft are heading in from the. Let me get the specific information here. They are coming from like the southwest.
So they're coming from the southwest towards the south, towards a different part of the southwest, but I can
Yep.
see them because we just left the town.
So they're here. Town would be like here, and then you guys are kind of like here. That sort of an arrangement. And they're coming up pretty quickly on the town. They're probably already like at the outskirts on the far side.
And how far away are we from town?
At this point, after a minute, how fast are you driving, McGowan?
Not very.
At this point, you're probably, we'll say, like a mile out. Just
All right.
kind of.
Rhea would turn towards Alpha and just be like, I have a hunch, gun it back to town, whatever, because obviously we can meet them there. And then whether it's good or bad, we can assess, but we're only a mile away.
We'll sort it out there. Yeah.
You want to turn around?
Yeah.
Okay. So, McGowan, you kind of turn the Mako around in a slow corner. Alpha's able to keep behind you. And you start heading back, and as you drive a few hundred more feet, Ray and Tork, and now McGowan, you can see it as well. It's in your front window. You're watching as these craft are flying towards the village, and all of a sudden the gunship makes a hard bank and is pointing towards you and starts flying in your direction. And within a few seconds, McGowan, Ray, Tork, you all start to see the muzzle flash of autocannons firing from the front of the gunship, and I need you all to roll initiative.
Initiative!
And if it's working, and if it's not another technical difficulty, let's get the music started. If our previous technical difficulties have not rendered that too complicated.
This is how we'll avoid technical difficulties. I'll just do all the music. All right, I'll stop.
You can,
Doodaloo, doodoo.
That's all you gotta do.
Read, read, read.
That sounds about right. I think that's fine. So let me get you guys positioned here.
Did you? Okay, not sidetracking, but today I posted on Facebook. This is a real story, and like, hopefully they all good. I didn't look up the rest of it, but apparently 73 musicians, like an entire orchestra, got trapped in this house in the woods that they had performed at during
Oh, geez.
COVID. And the house was in the middle of a forest and surrounded by like notorious packs of wolves. And so they were just stuck in this house until they could like get evacuated, which I'm pretty sure they did. Like it was okay. But someone was like, I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about a horror film where the plot is all these musicians get caught, and as they get picked off, their instrument gets added to the symphony that like becomes the score of the movie.
Cricket, you are.
I was just thinking that it's like a hipster version of The Gray.
That's the way I would watch that.
I would watch that.
As long as it's not as difficult to watch as The Gray. It was a great movie. I was physically tired after watching it.
There's an amazing line in Community where Jeff gets mad at them for rating The Gray 3 stars instead of 5 on Netflix, and he's like, "I like Liam Neeson." He goes, "Then send him a message about his movies."
Yeah. Send him a message about the roles that he sends.
Yeah, the roles that he plays.
Are we entering initiative, or you want us to?
Yep, I said roll initiative.
Ah!
Yeah, I got a 5.
Do you want me to tell you what my initiative rolls were?
No, put it in the Discord. Don't ever tell it to me because I will forget.
Okay.
I have,
Can someone put mine in the Discord? I can't switch screens. McGowan, will you put a 17 for Tork?
Absolutely not.
No.
Sure.
It's a 20. I get +3 to my initiative, I believe.
Why do y'all?
+2.
20?
19.
Dude, what number?
19.
You said 4 different numbers right there.
I only
bruh.
said 3 different numbers. Only 3.
4 different numbers.
okay, where the heck did all my... There we go. Okay.
Will someone tell me if the music's coming through the stream?
There is music.
Hey. And Omega goes on Alpha's turn normally. That's the way we normally do that, right?
Well, yeah, that's how it has to be. Well, I think for him, technically, it's supposed to be he goes on his own initiative, but everybody forgets if we do it on their own initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
See those numbers? Those unsurprising numbers?
Those magic numbers.
There's already music.
Bad luck.
What?
It just came up with the anniversary of our Aposh dance.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no!
All right.
Oh, man.
Let me get...
Those were slutty times for me.
What an adjective. Slutty times.
Yeah. That's all I can think of when I think of those times. And I was a slut. It was fun, don't get me wrong. But it was kind of gross.
I don't think I was that gross at that time.
I was.
Oh.
I'm just speaking for myself.
I don't think I was that gross, everybody, so. I mean, I was
Oh
pretty,
my
like,
god.
annoying.
Technical difficulties always scramble my brain at the start of a session. I'm having such a hard time getting my thoughts organized.
That's exactly what I was just talking about. Having a hard time getting my thoughts organized. So I was a slut.
Oh!
That was a good one.
We should do an AMA of our characters at some point and just get to know them a little better with
Yes.
the chat.
Tork's a huge slut, so that makes sense.
Oh. So you just,
Famous.
you know, like an actor drove from experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is perfect. Should I pause
Oh
the
my
music?
god, No, it's fine. I need a second to get my shit organized here.
All right,
Okay.
I guess I'll expound on what I was talking about. When we were in that musical,
Oh, I remember! Holy shit! Okay, yeah.
I was getting it in with the woman that played the main character, and she was
The
for
lead.
sure married and was for sure an English teacher at the school that I attended.
Yeah.
Sorry. I need to ask for a couple seconds of quiet while I figure this out because I'm having a super hard time organizing my initiative stuff right now. So just bear with me for just a minute. And then between Rhea and McGowan, which of you has the higher dexterity score?
I have a +4.
Rhea?
You win. I have a +2.
Okay. Alright, so first up is Tork.
Yes.
So Tork, you're kind of behind everything, and the gunship and the trucks are a ways away still. And there's the range of your weapon is 120 feet. So they're not quite within range yet. But you can see them coming. And if there's anything you'd like to do on top of that, you can hold your action if you'd like for when they're in range, and you'd be able to fire on someone else's turn potentially.
Well, let me use a bonus action to go ahead and expend a barrier tick, I guess.
Okay.
And then I will hold my action for attacking.
Okay. And then I need to plug the initiative into our Discord here.
I'm the only one out of us that can hear the music, so I'll just vibe to it, and that's how you guys all know it's tight.
Okay. I also have access to the playlists, so I've got them moving right now. But
I'm going to dance to what I think the music is.
Alright, I'm tired.
okay, so next up is one of the Jeeps, and it's going to drive its full speed towards you guys.
You have a map? I'm gonna switch to the map.
There is a map up. Yes, there is a map up. But currently the enemy vehicles are not visible on it. But okay, so it's going to move its full speed, which is 18 meters, and it's going to dash, and that is going to we'll say, just to kind of get things going here, that'll put him right at kind of the end of the peripheral there, just within the edge of the map. And that's that's their action. You can see now, as these vehicles draw close, there's two people in the front seats of these Humvees. There's a driver and like a crewman, or maybe like a side gunner or something. And there's a third person coming out of the top with a machine gun. And they are following towards you. And now at this range, you can see red, black, and yellow paint splashed and striped onto these vehicles. you can also see the red talon of the Red Corsairs painted on the sides, and you can see that on the gunship as well when as it approaches. So next up is speaking of the gunship, it is the gunship, and then it's Alpha's turn. So the gunship is going to keep pace, and it's actually going to kind of just it doesn't look like it's going its full speed, but it does move up there, and that is going to allow it to make an attack.
No!
So it's going to shoot at the Mako since the Mako's in front.
Wait, if something came in range, does that mean that I can...
Yeah, sure. You didn't specify that. Oh no, you did specify. That's what you specified. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
What it's within? Well, check to make sure it's within your range. You're at the actual range of your weapon, which is 100, which is like 120 feet. Or, let's see.
I'm sorry,
put it.
What would I look up to find the specs for this weapon?
It's a custom weapon, so I gave them to you guys a couple sessions ago. So you should have them. I have to go through my notes here though.
Let's see if I have it. Because I have the modified Mako.
I don't think
Because
I've
you
ever
should,
shot it.
if you're using this weapon, you should have these stats. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, modified pulse cannon. Write this down. Ranged weapon attack. To hit, it's your dexterity modifier. And if you have proficiency with heavy weapons, you add your proficiency bonus to it. If you don't, it's just your dexterity modifier. The range is 180 feet. And the attack is 2d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus the heavy weapon proficiency bonus if you have it.
Cool.
So, if you're attacking, go ahead and make an attack roll. It's also going to make an attack roll. Dude, I'm rolling so fucking bad tonight.
I'm not great either. I'm a 14 total.
Good thing this thing's got a couple of attacks.
I got
Jesus
like a 5 for my initiative.
Dude, I haven't rolled over an 8 tonight, so it's gonna miss with both of its attacks.
That's pretty cool.
It's just doing like the intimidation lines and the machine gun fire.
Yeah, it's just giving. Yeah, it feels like it's a warning shot. The you can feel the kind of two forward cannons kind of spray the ground on either side of you. On either side of the Mako there.
Okay, I rolled
so
a 14.
14 is not going to hit. It's like flying there, and as you fire the pulse rifle or the pulse cannon on the back, it charges up along the barrel and shoots outward. And the gunship, these things are one of the reasons these things are so useful is they're highly maneuverable, and it just like banks out of the way of the shot and without really breaking its pursuit.
Damn.
And that's the end of its turn. Alpha is up next, and then it's the other Jeep. Then it's McGowan and Rhea.
Alpha's driving. So what's the range on that? How far away is the gunship again?
The gunship is, well, it's on the map, so if you join the...
I'm streaming it and I don't see it.
Oh, probably because, again, this stupid thing made it so that you can't tell when you've got stuff hidden. So there you go, you should be able to see it now.
Just more technical difficulties.
Oh, I'm dry. It's wearing on me. It's wearing on me.
Yeah. So, Alpha is gonna move up, putting the Mako in between the truck and the Jeep.
That's where it is.
Yeah, but he's gonna move up to the top side of the Mako.
Oh, I see.
He's gonna move the full distance that the truck can move, but keep with it.
You should have it's the ET3 transport under vehicles, so you have the stats for this stuff. The speed is incorrect, but it moves the same speed as the Mako. So if you have the Fearless pulled up, that's how fast it moves without the modifier. And yours gets a +4, so it moves 22 meters.
22 meters. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
made these things a little fast.
So then he's gonna move the full 22 meters.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, right there.
Sweet. That still doesn't get Omega close enough. But, oh, no, that would. It says 130 feet. It's not meters for the overload.
Oh, well, it's because, it's fucking stupid. You can change between Imperial and metric.
Yes, but I can't on the character sheet that I have access to.
It's the same units of measurement. It's 5 feet equals 2 meters equals 1 tile.
Okay. Yes, I should be able to hit with an overload.
Okay, go for it.
Nice.
And this is at the gunship.
Okay.
Dude, I am with you on the rolling poorly.
No!
That's gonna be a 10 to hit. Which I'm assuming
Yeah, again, that's gonna miss it. Alpha or Omega marks this target, discharges the electrical pulse, and again the gunship just swerves out of the way of the detonation of it, avoiding it. Okay, anything else for those guys?
Oh, that's their turn.
All right, next is the next Jeep, so it's going to do the same thing that the other one did, and it's just going to use its full action and movement to catch up to where these other two guys are, and that's all it's going to do. So then it's McGowan's turn, and then Ray's turn.
So McGowan is just gonna gun it right at the Jeep. So yeah, and then I can move. I can take an action to do a double move, right? That's something I can do?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna move 52 meters. Yes.
26 puts you there.
Yeah, and then I want to do a double move.
Okay. $26 puts you right there. So that, or 52.
Okay. And that's what I can do because I'm driving.
Okay. And then Ray, it's your turn.
Okay. So when we're this close, or now that we're this close, can I see any of them individually, i.e. the pilot?
Go ahead and make a perception check as you're driving up. As McGowan is driving up, you're kind of like trying to pick your shot.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like as a sniper, I would want to go for like a big damage person, i.e. the pilot.
Sure.
That is a 24.
24 does hit. So which weapon are you firing?
My sniper rifle.
Oh, you're firing your sniper. Okay, I see. All right, sure.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to like,
Okay.
as we're driving up, I'm trying to take out someone that hopefully
Sure.
will damage-wise take out some more people if the plane crashes a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
So that hits,
It does.
or was that my perception check?
That was your perception check to see
Okay.
who you're looking for. But yes, you are able to see the gunners in both of the jeeps. You're able to see the two other passengers, or the driver and the passenger in the jeep. And you're able to see the pilot and the co-pilot of the gunship.
Okay, I'm going for the main pilot.
All right, so you can see inside. It looks like it's a Batarian, kind of, who's been chasing you down as the pilot of this thing. So you're shooting at the ship. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
I got a 17.
17 is not going to hit it. It ricochets off the shields, which you'll have to break in order to get the hull and at anyone inside.
Damn it. That would have been a good shot. Damn it. Okay. Well, I tried, and fuck. Yeah, there's not much I can do. I'm on the fucking thing, so
Okay.
I just
Alright.
reload my gun, I guess, as my action or bonus action, and get it.
Top of the initiative order. So Tork, it's your turn again.
Just going to spool up and fire with the modified pulse cannon again.
Go for it. Who are you shooting at? The gunship, the jeeps?
Yeah, the gunship.
Okay.
Fuck. It's a 9.
Gonna miss. Again, he kind of just faints out of the way of the shot. Anything else for you, Tork? Tork?
Yeah, no. No, that's all I can do, really.
Alright. Well, it's time for the Jeep. So this Jeep here, or the Humvee, rather, gonna move there, and as it moves by, the gunner swivels the machine gun around. He's gonna fire at the Mako.
Alright.
So it's an attack roll using the DC, using the dexterity of the pilot, or the driver, who is this gentleman. That's going to be a 10.
That misses.
Yep, it just kind of sails over the top of the Mako. He aimed a little too high. Then that's the end of his turn, but the co-pilot is going to lean out and toss a frag grenade, trying to aim it underneath the Mako.
What a dick.
So you did your full move, so you don't have any movement left. This is a saving throw, a dexterity saving throw.
I got my jumpers.
That's true, and they are a reaction, so you can use them if you'd like to.
I mean, absolutely.
So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to try and avoid, or to try, I'll say what'll happen is if you pass, you'll take half damage.
Okay.
I don't need to roll. What am I doing? I need to roll for damage just in case.
That die fell out of my hand.
What the hell?
It ain't right. Should I re-roll
The
it?
dice respect.
Yes. Yeah. Or what? Like, what do you mean? Did it like fall on the floor? Like.
It fell into the tray, but I didn't deliberately roll it.
Sure. Sure. Re-roll it.
Okay, I feel like I did not get enough praise
I
for
got-
that joke. That was really good.
I didn't hear it.
I'm still flustered. I'm still trying to get my DM focus on. So sorry, I'm not.
No, it's okay. I just said the dice respect. It's like disrespect.
I get it.
Never mind.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
I got a 15.
A 15. That's enough. So you'll take half damage. You'll take 15 points of damage to the shields
Sweet.
as the explosion goes off. All right. Next up, we have the Mantis. So the Mantis is going to... It's going to fly over the Mako.
That's pretty cool.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. $50 and it's going to, as it does so, he's going to open fire with the mass accelerator autocannons at the ET3.
Okay.
So Tork, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw since you're totally exposed. You don't have any protection from this. And it's a big strafing run of gunfire. So that is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
My saving throw is a 22 total.
22 total.
Yeah.
I'll say that's enough where you're able to avoid enough of the gun. Like some of the shots ricochet off your shields, but the shields don't take any damage or anything. So you're fine with that high roll. But the ET3 is going to take 80 points of piercing damage.
Ooh. That's not good.
So, for anybody that doesn't know, that's a lot.
It's basically half its hit points. It doesn't have any shields.
Yeah. Yeah, it is in double digits, y'all. That is no bueno.
Okay. That's its turn. Co-pilot is... You see, they're in a canopy, so it's not like the co-pilot can drop anything out or anything on you guys. So next up is Alpha, and then the other Jeep.
Boy howdy.
So Alpha's making this decision as these mass accelerator autocannons just rip through the sides of the truck. Almost like Tork, you can see like a big chunk of the box, like transport cargo holding space of this truck. You see like a whole big chunk of the metal sheet just like bend and rip off, and it's kind of flapping there as you're driving.
Damn.
Alpha is gonna keep moving forward. Where's 26 meters put me?
Oh, hang on. I need to make sure everybody's grabbed onto. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Or sorry, for you it's 22 meters for this guy. Because he doesn't have the supercharged engine that you guys do.
Yeah.
So he's a little slower.
And then let's move it another 10 forward.
8, 10 meters.
And then Omega is going to shoot a overload at the driver or the gunner of the top Jeep.
Okay.
Let's see. Come on. Dude, I have not rolled double digits at all. Not once.
Everybody's been rolling shit.
Not
all
a
night.
single time.
I rolled good last round, but
It's-
it wasn't good enough.
So we all did something wrong before we started the session today.
Yeah, I woke up.
Yeah, I woke up this
We've all done something. We've also done something today we weren't supposed to, and it's coming back to haunt us.
Oh
First
no!
thing I did when I woke up was burn my breakfast. That was how my day started, and it has not.
Yikes.
Yo.
This is fine.
I farted a bunch when I was doing real estate photography today, and it's coming back.
You shared that with us in the group chat.
Oh.
All right. So, what's happening here, Dan?
Omega missed with an overload, so
Okay.
that's I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
So nothing.
All right, then it is that truck's turn. So that truck is gonna just return fire as it's driving, as this other ET3 is driving straight forward.
All right. Goodbye, Delzino's vehicle.
And sorry, I need to find the right guy. Here we go. That's 19. So that's gonna hit.
That'll hit. All right.
And this is gonna do
2 points of damage, please.
20 points of piercing damage.
Balls.
So for the viewers at home, the way the vehicle weapons work in this game is they have a modifier or a multiplier actually. So ground vehicles, which are called transports, have a ×10 multiplier, and big like spaceships have a ×100 multiplier. So that's why the damage rolls for these vehicles are so high. I'm rolling 2d whatever or 1d whatever and then multiplying it. Okay. So and then he's going to 5, 10, sorry, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Gonna drive right up there, just going, or actually no, he's gonna do it this way. He's not driving headlong at you, he's gonna try to make a pass. Okay. Then it is McGowan and Ray.
So McGowan is going to make a really hard turn to the right and
Okay.
try to hit the back right tire of the Jeep.
6, so 6, like 8, 10. Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow it.
And I'm just going to ram into him.
Okay. Let's see. This will just be. Let's just do like
Get it.
a D20 plus the armor class.
Nice.
I'll roll a D20 plus the armor class of the vehicle. So I'll do the same thing. And if you beat his, you'll do damage. But if he beats you, you'll take damage.
Okay, I have to do math because
Well, that's a natural 1, so they real fucked up.
I
Yeah.
got a 13 plus 16, so
Yeah, so that definitely beats his armor class and definitely beats his roll.
Flip them like fucking Mad Max.
So go ahead and roll. Do that 4d10 we were doing before in the canyon when you were squashing guys and stuff. We'll just do 4d10 for the impact because you're not like going a bazillion million miles an hour here. He's also driving, so that's going to kind of take up some of the force of the impact.
alright. I'm using a die roller. Okay, so 2 17 18.
18, huh? Okay. 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be enough. You're not going fast enough where the shields, the kinetic barriers will kick in.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 points of damage. You bump into the tire. It's not enough to damage the tire, but you do see kind of some of the metal around the wheel well is kind of crumpled and bent inward from the impact.
Can I use the rest of my movement to shove the vehicle?
I'll say. Yeah, sorry. Give me 1 second to do a little bit of math here, and I think that's okay. I think that's fun. Let's do that.
So I can roll them.
Yeah, not you won't be able to use your full movement, but we'll say you can push it like a few feet of we'll say what you used. You've got 26 meters. You used 16, so we'll say you could push him like 8 meters.
Okay. I guess I was trying to push his back out so he rolls.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's another thing. That's going to be another check. That's a separate deal.
So I can't do that this turn.
No, not this turn.
Oh man, we might have to develop a mechanic for pit maneuvers.
Well, there is. Anyone in a vehicle can take the repair action on their turn.
No, a pit maneuver.
That's when you hit the front or back of someone else's car and
It causes them to spin out and roll.
Well, that's like an improvised thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot how to talk. Thank you for saving my bacon bad luck.
That
Okay.
sounds like today.
But yeah, that's something that would require an action and a very good rolling
Yeah.
for something like that to happen. Like if you have a much bigger vehicle, that would be easier, but these vehicles are not that different in size.
Yeah.
And actually their vehicle is probably heavier. Well, that's probably not heavy. They're probably about the same, honestly, because the Mako is more of it's got a bunch of extra shit added onto it, but it's not meant to be like it's a rover.
We can talk about it off stream, but it's like widely used by like police and military for.
No, I know what you're saying, but that's like an improvised attack. Is what that would be. But yeah, there's a lot of the vehicle stuff that I've been talking with other DMs who run this system with because there's not a lot of details in the actual rulebook. So a lot of people have come up with really interesting mechanics and stuff like that. So
I wonder if someone's done a pit maneuver thing before. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So end of McGowan's turn. Ray, it's your turn.
Excellent. So we've rammed into them. I want to hopefully shoot one of these guys on the top so bad that it scares the fuck out of the other two.
Okay, well, I mean, just keep in mind these are like seasoned pirates who've been around death and have killed lots of people, so they're probably not going to be too fazed by the death of one guy.
Okay, well.
So just bear that. These aren't like the stormtrooper LMD soldiers. These are scary raiders.
You idiot.
I have a cat suit. I got a 15 to hit.
15 is not gonna. 15 actually will hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, thank God.
And sorry, you're shooting at the guy on top, right? The guy in the gunner's seat.
Yeah, the first guy in that gunner's seat.
Yeah. So yeah,
also,
the guy.
You have to make a con save.
That's a 10.
You did not save.
Okay.
Okay, I only got so it's 9 points of damage.
Okay. Your shot
But
hits him, goes through his shoulder. He, kind of jerks his arm backwards, but it doesn't seem to have been like a mortal wound or anything.
oh shit.
And he failed to save, so.
Yeah, that means next round he'll take another. But I definitely missed in the description of this weapon that the damage bypasses shields. Oh, but you have to hit.
Yes.
Well, but it bypasses shields.
Well, and okay. Yeah, the damage bypasses shields.
I'm just saying if I would have remembered that last time.
Well, I think we've been doing that because the only time shields come into play is when they're kinetic barriers. So
Okay.
they stop objects moving at above certain speed thresholds, which is why like flamethrowers don't count for shields, and why melee attacks go through is because they're not moving fast enough for the kinetic barriers to kick in.
Okay.
So, but this is a hit. Yep. And you as with this impact, you notice that this guy doesn't have shields up.
Good.
So he's bleeding. Let me,
So yeah, I take that shot, obviously hit him, and you said it didn't, it smacks him a little bit, but he looks down and sees the frickin' barbs that are about to protrude next round,
Yeah,
dickhead.
he's got a big old
and,
thing sticking into his shoulder.
and yeah, she just gives him a look back and grabs her next round and starts to load it up.
Let me mark him as bleeding. I don't have a good bleeding token. Let's just use.
I like how Rhea is so like composed and whatever, but when I describe what she does, I'm like, yeah, dickhead, like
Motherfucker!
Put that on that. Put that on that guy, so we know that he's been hit with your harpoon gun. Okay. Anything else for you, Ray?
Nah, that's it.
All right. Top of the initiative round. It is Tork again.
Ooh, I'm gonna keep
So,
it
Tork,
up
as
with
you-
the pulse scan.
Yeah, you drive by, you feel the heat waves coming off of the thrusters, and the whole vehicle get rocked as those machine guns, those mass accelerator cannons, sorry, not the cannons, the auto cannons, kind of rip through the truck.
Yeah, he stands mightily on top of the truck and says, "Bring it on!" And then swivels around to look at the helicopter again, or what is it, an airship?
Gunship.
Gunship. And fires again with a modified pulse cannon.
All right.
Fuck! 8 total.
8 total. It's gonna be another miss. It's moving a little too fast. It's what's happening for you right now is you're kind of trying to lead it a little bit, but you're leading it like a little too much, and so it kind of cuts ahead.
No, this time I've been overcompensating. Or no, I've been undercompensating. So yeah, this time I overcompensated.
All right. Next up is the vehicle that you are smashing into, McGowan. The gunner is going to spin around and take a shot at. Well, he's seen that their shields up, so he's just going to fire at the Mako and try and take down the shields. So this is a 15.
That'll miss.
So he kind of just shoots just off to the side, kind of as he goes to take a shot as your harpoon pierces into Ray, kind of throwing off his aim. Then they are going to. Oh, why are you? That's annoying. How did that happen? They are going to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16. Just kind of their momentum's carrying them forward, and he's just going to kind of keep driving. Try to put some distance between you, maybe try and loop around. You don't know yet. Next, and then actually on the as they drive away, that passenger is going to throw out a second grenade. So go ahead and make another dexterity save.
14.
14. It's not going to be enough. So Mako will take just 16 points of damage this time from the explosion.
And that's to the shield, right?
Yes. Yep. If the shields are still up, it goes to the shields first. Okay, and then it is the gunship's turn. So the gunship is going to do a hard bank, turn around, and the bank is going to have kind of carried him over this way a little bit, and he's going to just fire at the AT-3 again. There's this fly that's annoying the shit out of it, and he's going to try and take it down. That's going to be an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, and so that's going to then be another 110
Yeah,
points
it's
of
done.
piercing
It had
damage.
15 hit points. It had 15 points.
And I need Alpha, Omega, and Tork to all make dexterity saving throws as the vehicle comes apart and you're all thrown from it.
So Alpha.
Baby!
Alpha gets a 12.
It's my baby. It's pretty cute, right?
What did Omega get?
Just rolled it. Not good. 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 10.
And, 10. So all three of you, you're not gonna you won't take the full damage from this thing. Because again, still kind of working on tooling the vehicle combat because it's very much it's a little spotty in places. So you all failed. So what I'm gonna say will happen here is I'm gonna roll another round of damage without the multiplier, but I'm gonna add a little bit extra. I'm gonna add like a couple more dice into it.
Nox, I'm sorry, I killed your character. It wasn't my fault.
We'll say so. I rolled 4d6. That'll put you at 18 points of piercing damage as you're thrown from the vehicle. It's exploding, not in like a gigantic ball of fire, but the autocannons basically rip the cab away from the box, and so the front half kind of goes careening forward, tumbling, and Torque as the box drops down, wedging itself into the ground, you're thrown from the pulse cannon onto the ground about a few meters away.
Oh, what?
So does
you
that 18
Torque.
go straight to hit points?
Yes, because it's not the gunfire. It's the kind of destruction of the truck and being thrown from it and being cut on on like shrapnel and broken bits of metal and glass. So it goes through the shields. This would not be stopped by a kinetic barrier, and so the AT-3 just tumbles and explodes.
Hi.
Off to the side, the cargo kind of just spilling and flying all over the ground. Some of it in flames, most of it shredded. And Torque, you're now like lying kind of in the snow, kind of getting your bearings.
He's like, I didn't like that gun anyway.
So this is going to be, we'll say this is kind of like the truck here as it was thrown. And Alpha and Omega are both in the snow as well on the ground. Okay. Next up is, speaking of, it's Alpha. So Alpha's prone. Alpha and Omega are both prone, and Torque, you're also prone.
Alpha and Omega are both going to get up.
Okay.
They're going to scamper around behind the ruins of the AT-3 to take cover.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. How many meters do you have?
It's a solid question. Movement. Rolls. I see everything but movement.
Butt movement. Oh, for the ET, or for which? Yeah, never mind.
For just a regular old dude.
Grumpy old man.
What is it for McGowan?
Yeah, McGowan. I think I'm in Imperial. Looks like everyone gets, or 5 heads get 12 meters.
Okay, so I think for him it was a little bit faster. He used half his movement, So that's going to put him there without using an action.
Can you go the other way? Not
What do you mean?
Not down around the front of the.
2, 4, 6. That's as far as he's going to get.
He'll dash.
Okay.
They'll both
8,
just
10. Yeah, so that will be enough because it doesn't cut half of the movement. Doesn't cut into your dashing movement just to get up. So that's enough to get them both around behind it. It's pretty mangled, especially like the front windshield was blown out earlier by a shotgun, and the back is ripped open, so it's not offering a ton of cover, but it's something.
Yeah. I don't have Knox's inventory. I just have the old character sheet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he didn't send you an updated one?
No,
He was going to do that.
I didn't. I never got it.
Yeah, okay.
So, I don't know if he has any metadata.
Yeah, if you don't know, then you don't know. So, well, he doesn't use Metagel. He uses Omnigel. Geth can't use Metagel.
Okay, and I think I remember him buying some.
Yeah, I don't know how much he has though. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. Well, that'll be my turn. Or that'll be Alpha's turn.
okay. It is the other Jeep's turn. It's gonna shoot at you, Tork.
No!
This is driving towards you. That's gonna be a 15.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. The guy in the passenger side, this fellow over here,
I see.
he's going to lean out the window and take a shot at you with his gun, which is just an SMG. That is going to be a 21.
That'll hit.
So you are going to take 7 points of piercing damage.
I'm gonna use one of my barrier ticks to reduce that to 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It all goes to my shields anyway.
All right, and then it's McGowan's turn.
Ramming speed.
So yeah, like we'll say 18 meters to get right up on him.
Okay. Would I be able to try that pit maneuver right now with my remaining
Just
movement?
describe exactly what you want to try and do.
So I want to get a little bit alongside, I would say, just ahead of the rear tire.
Okay, so you would have enough movement for that.
And then I want to turn into them. So I want to kick their back out so they're perpendicular to me.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so they're
roll them that way.
rolling. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do what we did last time. We'll do armor class D20 plus AC.
Okay.
Cocked. Cocked again. Amazing.
I got a 25.
They got a 39, or sorry, 29, not 39. 29.
No!
So you nudge them.
Can I add my proficiency bonus? It's still not going to be enough.
Yes. Yeah. Add your proficiency bonus since you're proficient with land vehicles.
It's still not going to be enough. That only brings it to a 27.
Yeah, so that you do kind of get the back wheel up a little bit, but it drops back down. You're not quite able to hook it the way you want to get the leverage that you need to flip it over.
I just give him the finger.
All right, and then it's Ray's turn.
Yeah. So my harpoon will go off.
Okay, go ahead and roll for damage.
Go off.
Okay, so 9 points of damage. I think
Okay.
again, didn't I get the same thing? God, I need
Yeah.
better rolls.
At least you've done damage. I haven't even hit anything.
And he's not out yet?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to take
I'd say
aim at what?
No, I was gonna say he's looking injured.
Yeah.
He's got a big, like, 6-inch long barb sticking out of his shoulder. That's like,
Well, and that
Kinda
will happen every
popping
turn
these-
due to blood loss, so I'm gonna
Yep.
try and hit another one. But I do not. I can't click it because we're not in the same thing. But I don't have. I should be able to hit him because of my sniper rifle, but on the pilot.
of the gunship.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Again, the ship has shields, so you'll have to take those down before you can do damage to anybody in the cockpit. And in order to get, you have to, like, just so that you're aware of these things. This is it's not going to be like natural 20. You get the headshot because there's a bunch of shields. There's bulletproof, like basically bullet resistant glass that works in the vacuum of space. He's got barriers between you and your shots.
I believe the sniper rifle ignores shields, doesn't it?
The bleeding damage ignores shields,
Gotcha.
not the shot itself. And again, even if it did ignore shields, there's still the glass you have to shatter
Yeah.
to get through to him. This is probably not a single shot thing. This is like multiple actions to achieve what you're trying to achieve, or coordinating with people in your group or whatever.
We also have the mass accelerator gun and the machine gun that you're able to use.
True. Yeah, okay. I'll just use the machine gun against the like Humvee that's next to us where I've already injured the one dude
Okay.
and kind of aim for one or both of the dudes in the back to kind of just mow them down.
Sorry, that's the two guys up. Those are the guys in the front.
Oh, sorry.
This is the driver. This is the passenger. This is the gunner.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
try and
so go-
take
yeah.
them out.
Go ahead and go ahead and take your shot.
Oops. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay.
And I'll say normally it would be an action to switch weapons, but since I said this is not technically like a normal weapon, it's a turret. It won't cost you an action to grab
So
the.
I naturally roll the 15, but what do I add for the machine gun?
It's same thing you roll when you're shooting with your sniper rifle. So your dexterity modifier, and this is a heavy weapon, so so just your dexterity modifier for this.
Okay, so then it would be a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That will hit.
Excellent.
1d6 times 10.
Yes, it is. Come on, baby. Got a 3. 30.
30 points of damage. That rips through the shields. You just unload the machine gun into the side of it there, and just the sheer output, the consistent output of such rapid kinetic strikes from the rounds coming from the machine gun that the shields, you see them like, they start where you're shooting, they kind of start as like blue ripples kind of coming out from the impacts, and that eventually just kind of spreads out, and the shields just shatter and dissipate.
Fuck yeah.
So you ripped right through the shields on that one.
Got him.
You did right through the shields. You did 3 right through the shields actually, and then an additional amount of damage. So you not only ripped through the shields, but you also the two kind of side doors along that side where you'd have your line of sight on, like right along here. You punch a bunch of holes through those, like through the armored plating on those as well.
Yeah.
Sick.
So, again, these are Humvees. They're armored vehicles, so they're pretty tough, but they can be you are doing damage to them.
I'm just double gunning it over here, double fisting.
Okay. Next up is we're back to the top of the initiative round. So Tork, your turn, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up
That's half your movement.
and then. Oh, what the hell? "12-meter long, so each box is 2 meters."
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to. I used half my movement, right? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have movement on my character sheet anymore. Good damn it.
It's 12 meters, I think we found.
Okay, so I'm gonna move ahead 6 meters. But
Or
like,
ahead, which way? Ahead is
Okay.
very vague for me.
towards towards the car, but up to the left.
2, 4, 6, 8, or 6 meters would put you there.
Yep, exactly. And then I'm going to use shockwave.
Nice.
I don't know what shockwave will do to a car, but
Yeah, well, we're kind of improvising a little bit, so is it an attack roll or a saving throw?
I think it's just a saving throw. Let me
What I'm gonna
verify.
say for this guy will try. He can make the saving throw will be a disadvantage because you're hitting a much bigger target, and he doesn't have like the thrusters and the extra little bit of maneuverability that the Mako has to help avoid things like this. So I will make a saving throw. What do I have to beat? I'm using the dexterity of the driver or whatever the saving throw is.
It says my save DC is 13.
But what stat am I using? What kind of saving throw am
dexterity.
I making?
Dexterity.
Okay. That's going to be a 6, so that's a fail.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage, and depending on how much damage you do, you might be able to flip it or knock it off its trajectory a little bit.
Are the guys that are shooting, they're inside the car?
Yes, it's not open topped. It's a combat Humvee. Basically, the only people that are exposed in any of these vehicles are the gunners in the back. Everyone else is inside.
Okay, so whoever is within like a 2-meter wide, range gets hit by shockwave. Would the vehicles shields stop it from going inside, or because I'm sort of imagining, because remember, in the game you could cast shockwave through a wall or like through a barrier. Does it go through the car and just like mash everyone inside?
Not with its kinetic barriers up, but with those down, what I would say is it would do damage to the vehicle, and depending on what happened to the vehicle, the people inside might also take damage.
God, imagine getting hit with a shockwave if you're inside a car, just getting blasted into like the corner of a car.
Yeah, well, we should run some like test vehicle combats and stuff just for fun to see what works and what doesn't for stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so rolling 3d6 for damage. I got a 9.
A 9, okay. That will. It's got its shields are still up, but you do see kind of the way the shields shimmer. You did do a good. You did like. They did have to absorb a good chunk of their damage.
And I guess I was sort of hoping to at least like, if it's still in motion, I kind of want to stop it. I was trying to stop it from running me over. Also,
I would say something like that would be like a natural 20 or a very high damage roll kind of a thing.
that sucks.
To stop it,
because I didn't roll an attack roll.
Yeah, that's something to think about. How do physics affect the movement of vehicles and stuff? But that's something we can work on. Because that's all interesting. It's one thing that I really miss that Warhammer 40K does super well is vehicle combat, or at least it did. I don't know what it's like anymore. I haven't played it in years, but
well, I guess
like
I would just hope that like maybe the Shockwave lifted up its front right wheel, so
yeah,
if it was turning towards me, then it might have lost some traction.
Sure, I'll say. Well, what we'll say is it knocks its trajectory just enough out of the way where it's not going to run into you.
Nice.
Kind of lifts up the front wheels and pivots it a little bit, but it doesn't slow it down too much.
Cool.
I'll let you have that.
That's powerful.
But that's the kind of stuff. Like, let me know that that's kind of what you're trying to do when you're making your attack, and that way I can.
Should have sort of said it all before. I just knew that Shockwave was the way to go.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Good thought, though. I liked where that was going. Okay. Next up is. The lower vehicle here. Gunner's gonna take a shot at the Mako again.
Okay.
That's a 6. So that's another miss. Just kind of, he's getting jostled by the vehicle, the vehicle's getting shot at by the turret. All these things kind of meeting together, make so that his aim is off yet again. Misses his target. They are going to. I mean, even if you're. So let's see here. Look at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Just going to keep kind of driving. The kind of edge that you've got on him is making it hard for him to get the inside line and reposition. Okay, that's the end of that guy's turn. No grenade this time from the passenger. And then it is the Mantis. So the Mantis, seeing the other truck flip, is going to. It's not really going to move too much. It's going to kind of strafe to the side and open fire on the Mako.
Can I use the thrusters as a reaction?
Yeah. Yep. Once. Yeah. I'll let you do that. That's some more stuff we need to kind of flesh out. Let me make my attack roll.
Fighting an army of mantis men.
That's my favorite line in that whole game. If you signed up to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news for you. The bad news is we're scrapping that test indefinitely. The good news is we've got a newer, much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Follow the yellow line and grab a rifle on your right. You'll know when the test starts.
You almost sound like... Isn't his name Colonel Danger?
Abe Johnson.
Oh, I was thinking from Danger 5, though.
Oh, Colonel Chestbridge? Colonel Chestbridge!
It's like my favorite character. It's so funny.
Don't make me get out the sit-down gun.
The sit-down gun!
Now you've done it. Yeah, Colonel Chestbridge is great. I love
Claire,
him.
shut your whore mouth.
She doesn't even say anything.
She doesn't even say anything.
He's just doing it because she's smarter than he is. It's so funny. He's just super insecure about the whole thing.
Sorry, I just...
That
voice reminded me of it, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't thought about that in forever.
Colonel, and don't forget to kill Hitler.
And kill Hitler. And as always...
Well, when they go to Atlantis, is the leader of Atlantis, a man named Gibraltar, and it's basically like Ernest Hemingway for some reason.
It's so good. When they go to Japan and Trevor gets like overtaken by the whatever, and he turns around and he's like, "Mushe, mushe." Like, it's so stupid.
That's season 2.
I don't even
Anyways.
know. I thought it was the end of season 1.
Anyways, the gunship's gonna turn around, fire at the Mako. He got an 18.
That'll hit.
Okay, and you can go ahead here and make that dexterity save to try and negate some of the damage, McGowan.
Oh, hell yeah. That's gonna be a 17.
17. I'll give it to you. These are kind of imprecise. Well, they're not imprecise, but I'll let you have it since we're still navigating the complexities of vehicle combat. Some of this stuff may change in future episodes, but let's just go with it. Let's have fun with it. Okay, so I'll say that'll negate half the damage. It'll be fail, take the full half, or succeed, it's half damage.
Yeah.
That whole song and dance. So let's see here. Full damage would be 40, so half to 20 points of piercing damage.
Balls McGee.
So the cannons spool up again. How are the shields doing on the Mako?
The shields are doing okay. They're taking some knocks, but they're still up.
They're still holding, okay.
Because you said
Great.
it was a total of 40, half to 20.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. We still got some gas in those shields.
Okie dokie. Next up is Alpha.
Alpha. What's Alpha gonna do? What are his powers? Alpha's gonna try to hit the Humvee with an overload.
McGowan, you recognize these vehicles? And I think, honestly, Tork, you'd probably recognize them too a little bit. They're a little newer, but they are T-13 infantry escort vehicles.
Alright.
So T-13 EEVs. IEV.
Well, Alpha's gonna hit the T-13 IEV with the overload.
You can't find it in the vehicles tab.
It's not an actual vehicle. That's a homebrew.
It's gonna be,
And also, don't look up stats of enemies. That's cheating.
I got a 19 to hit.
A 19 to hit. That will hit. So you're ramming the
No.
Sorry, yeah, Alf. Sorry, I was looking to see if I could find like a blast crater or something for.
Get off of me, you stupid animal. Sorry.
Rude.
My cats are being so annoying, dude. So annoying. I didn't have this pulled up. My apologies. Overload. Come on. Oh,
Here, I can look it up too.
yeah, I'm having some difficulties over here. Overload.
Well,
Wow, got it.
bookmark it.
Yeah. Three D6 lightning damage. Okay. And I guess it's a dex save.
Yep. This will be tried to avert it. That was cocked, or try to avoid the blast. That's only going to be an 8, so nope.
3, 5, 8 damage. 9, and then do I add like intelligence modifier?
It's his spell casting or power casting. It's like casting a spell in D&D.
Okay. So that's going to be 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage, huh?
Yes.
And then we're doing this at the top guy here. So. How much points? How many did you say?
16.
16. That'll drop the shields.
That's cool.
And it will then also do another 10 points of damage. Ripping through it. And that's something we need to talk about as well, is how does overload affect vehicles?
Yeah.
You know what? I think okay, let's try this. If a vehicle is hit by lightning damage because mechanical enemies like mechs are vulnerable to lightning damage, and so even though it doesn't work quite the same way. Actually, well, no, it wouldn't quite work the same way because there's armor and stuff like that. Let's, For now, let's just say it's vulnerable. I'm just going to go with vulnerable. I don't want to make it too complicated, so we'll double the damage on it.
Okay.
So how much damage total? 16?
16,
so that puts we're at... Okay. Yeah, so we'll say lightning damage for tonight. We'll say vehicles are also vulnerable to lightning damage.
And then Omega is going to launch an Incinerate in that direction.
Okay.
And that is an attack roll.
And it's primed for lightning, too.
Yep. 15, and that is also plus that. Plus 6. 15. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
That does hit. And so it'll do the Incinerate, and then we'll do the Incinerate first, and then we'll do the primed lightning damage, because that's doubled.
Okay. So 2d10, I think? Yeah, 2d10 plus 6. I just have a die roller here, so I don't have a d10. 6. 14 plus 6. That's 20 points of damage. Incinerate damage.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, that hits the side there. And it doesn't destroy it, but where the Incinerate hits, this ball of plasma, it melts and distorts the side of the truck where it hits, and you can kind of see a hole now through where it impacted.
And then this is the detonating lightning damage.
Yep, and double this.
Yeah.
Because all these vehicles are electric; they're not combustion engines or anything like that. So everything is running on electrical power. So overload would, in my mind, anyways, do a ton of damage.
That is 18 points
Total?
Yes, that is double.
Okay, so that brings it down. Okay. That doesn't destroy it. It doesn't even look like it's really close to being destroyed. But it does kind of this electrical current kind of envelops the entire Jeep for a moment, and you can kind of see smoke coming up from underneath the hood and from where some of the other electrical components on the outside of the vehicle are housed. It definitely did a good chunk of damage. With the hole melted in it from the Incinerate and everything.
And then as a bonus action, can he take an Omni Gel? I know he has at least one Omni Gel.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll say one is cool. Okay. Just don't want to go too crazy with it.
Yeah, I know we just re-upped. And then is that just a?
It worked. I think it's just. I'll have to double check and read. It'll be under Geth. So let me check the Geth thing here. Character, species, Geth.
Yeah.
Those are traits. So let's see what we need here. Repair matrix. So this is how it works. Repair matrix. Instead, you can use your action to expend a hit die.
Oh.
Roll the die and add your Constitution modifier to it. You regain hit points equal to the total.
Well, then I can't do that, can I?
Yes, not this turn, no. But
okay.
So it's like sort of it's like a built-in feature, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
All right, so that's the end of Alpha and Omega's turn. We'll finish up this round of combat, and then we'll probably have to wrap it up there because Red has something to get to in a little while. So we'll just finish off this round of combat, and we'll pick up here next time, hopefully with things going more smoothly.
My apologies, oh patience ones.
It's okay.
Also, my apologies for the lack of smoothness. Unknown problems. New ones come up every time.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of the time it's new ones.
It's
like
not repeat problems. It's always
it's not like,
new.
that thing happened again. It's like, no, what the fuck is happening this time?
Right.
So okay, so the Jeep that you just knocked aside, Tork, its momentum is going to continue to carry it forward. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And I'm going to roll to see who this guy targets. Sorry, let me just roll a d4 for this. Let me decide. I need to decide the dice and who I'm rolling for. So 1 and 2 is Tork. 3 and 4 is the Mako. 2!
No!
So the gunner is shooting at you, Tork. It's going to miss with a 5, though.
Huzzah.
So you kind of feel the impacts in the snow around you, but none of them actually hit. All right, and that's the end of that guy's turn. Actually, no. As he drives by, the passenger in that vehicle is going to chuck a grenade out at you.
What?
So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Tork. You need to beat a 13, I believe.
18.
Nice. You're able to do it, but you will still take half damage because it's an explosion. Okay, so 23 halved is going to be 11 points of damage.
I'm going to use a barrier tick to bring that down to 7.
Righteous. So you kind of like feel the shots impact in the snow around you. You're like, haha, fucker, you missed. And then you hear like kind of something heavy landing in the snow, and you see a little blinking red light underneath it, and you jump out of the way just as it explodes, and you manage to take the most of it with your barrier, getting that up to protect you. Your shield's probably taking the rest of it, I think.
Yep.
All right, that's the end of those guys' turn. Then it is McGowan and Ray, and then we're gonna wrap up for the night.
I'm doing another pit maneuver. Same thing
All
I did
right.
last time.
Trying to drive up alongside, trying to get the wheel lifted. We'll do that same thing. D20 plus armor class. And I'd say plus for you, add your proficiency bonus since you're proficient in driving land vehicles. That's only a 20 total for him.
I also got a 20.
Ooh, tiebreaker. Since it's an armor class thing. Since it's an armor class thing, we're gonna operate it the way a normal armor class thing does. What did you want to say?
I was gonna ask if I could give it a little bump with my thrusters to put a little.
That doesn't work like that.
No.
It'd be an action to do that sort of a thing too. Yeah. This is all stuff that we've got to like really figure out this is all stuff, the good stuff to like know that we've got to talk about how these things work, because I like these ideas. I'm just not totally sure how to implement them all in a balanced sort of way without it getting too like lopsided. So I'm gonna say is because this is based an armor class roll for now, defenders win attackers win ties with armor class, don't they? Or I'm so
that or higher.
Yes. So yeah, you succeed.
Yes.
So they flip. And I'm going to roll Constitution saves for all of them inside, and then they'll take some damage from the tumble.
Does the gunner get thrown?
He'll take his at disadvantage. How about that? So disadvantage on the first guy. That's a 4. So yes, he will get thrown out. And then the other two guys inside. That's a 10. Oh, sorry, these are Constitution saves. So the first one still only would have been a 5. Second one's a 12. Third is a 19. So what I'm going to say is, we'll do this in reverse clockwise order. So driver saves, but the other two guys fail. And so they're both going to take For this, we'll do 2d10 for now. So they'll both take 10 points of damage as the vehicle rolls and flips. And the guy, and I'll get to the guy who's inside in just a second here. And he failed at disadvantage, so he also took 9. And then I'm gonna roll a dexterity saving throw for him to see if he manages to keep his grip and stay in the vehicle. That's a fail. That's a 9. So he gets thrown, and I'll say for him, we'll do 3d10. That's 19 points of damage. He's not dead, but he doesn't seem to be dead because you can see him breathing as his body comes to rest in the snow, but he doesn't move. So this vehicle is flipped. It tumbles and tumbles and tumbles. Let me get our injured guy out of here since he got thrown. And we'll see he gets thrown like over this way, and this vehicle, because I can't. Well, here, let's do this. This gets flipped and tumbles over here, and these two guys are still inside it. That's how we'll do that. So the vehicle isn't destroyed, but it has been flipped.
Nice.
Oh, god dang it. Here we go. The vehicle has been flipped, and those other two guys inside, this guy got thrown and he's motionless in the snow. Ray, it's your turn.
Damn right he's motionless in the snow.
roll for damage because he is still alive. So actually,
yeah,
go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll for his damage. No, he's not. He's very close to being dead.
That's a 2, that's a 5, and that's a 4.
Oh yeah, he had 2 hit points left. He's super dead.
11 points of damage. Die!
So as he gets tossed and thrown and lands in the snow, that barb that you shot into him gets wedged into him a little bit deeper, ripping open his wounds more, causing him to expire.
Barb.
So he did. Let me get my token out here. Status effects: death.
Super dead.
Status: death.
Status: he done got fucking killed. Anything else for you? Well, you've got other stuff to do, Ray.
Yeah.
So
I am going to shoot at the other Humvee, the gunner.
Okay. With what
my
weapon?
harpoon gun, not the machine gun.
Okay. Yeah, so, like, again, we're still figuring stuff out, so I'll allow it, but switching back and forth between weapons a lot is a little bit iffy, but for now, it's cool.
Well, the reason I was doing it and thought it made sense is because if she needed her gun to cool down after those, 2 shots, then she would have had that while she switched to the machine gun to fire off those, and if the gun needs to now settle down for a round, she can grab it. I mean, it's on her back.
Right, it's one of those things where you're switching weapons, and technically that means that's an action in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, but we can talk about it because it is a little bit different because you are in a canopy and stuff like that. So we're feeling it out. So it's okay for tonight, but we'll talk about it.
Okay, I was just gonna use it to shoot at one of the gunner on the other Humvee.
Okay, go for
it. Nope.
Nope. Miss.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
Not a crit miss, just a miss, a real big miss.
So you miss because you're lining up your shot through the slit in the gunner's seat, and it's you squeeze the trigger just as McGowan bumps into the vehicle in front and flips the truck. So you your shot kind of just goes up and over, missing. And that's another point I should mention too is that the way I think this could work potentially is if you have the canopy open you can do either. But if it's closed, you don't get the you don't get the
range of
the plus.
movement.
You don't get the +5 armor class that you get for having the canopy closed.
Yeah.
If you want to, you have to have it open to fire your sniper rifle, but you don't get the armor class bonus from it. So we'll say that's how that can work. So it would be like you'd have to, it'd be like a free action to like kick the canopy open.
Like a bonus action or a free action?
Well, like it would depend on what else you've been doing that turn. So, but it's stuff we can talk about. But you've already done your stuff for this turn. Unless you've got anything else to do.
Nope.
Okay, well that's I think where we're gonna call it for tonight, folks, because it's about 9:15. Ray's got to take off, and Alpha's gone. So we don't want to just play with just two people, especially if we're in the middle of a fight. So thank you for bearing with us tonight. We had a lot of technical difficulties and stuff like that.
We said it every time.
Yeah, but we say this every single time. But one time, we won't say it, and that'll be a good day.
One time.
Event one day. We'll say
that's
it.
The day we do math, and everything will go right on that stream for no reason.
But we will just it will be crystal clear with no technical difficulties the day that we have to stumble around doing math.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, we'll be sucking, but the stream, glorious.
Great. Everything will be great.
And that'll be like the whole comment section. Stream looks great, bro.
All right, everybody. It's time to let you go. Ray's got stuff to do. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us. And we'll see you all in a couple of weeks.
See you later.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.